So hi guys, this is SJ speaking, and in today's video let's see about what are bonds, how the price of the bond fluctuates, what is the coupon rate and the bond yield. So before going to the video, I'm personally teaching trading. So if you want to join my mentorship course, you can contact me from the number which I've given on the video on the scrolling below. So I'm totally taking 7 courses, or if you're interested you can enroll in any one of the 7 courses. So now let's go into the video. So what is a bond? A bond is a fixed income debt instrument or debt security issued to the investors to raise money from them. So it is simply a white paper which is there, and if the government is issuing them, so government emblem would be there, and how much it raises money, and what is the face value of the bond, and what is the interest rate, and how and for how many years the government is borrowing money. So that is what will be in the bond. So the bonds can be issued by governments, corporate companies, etc., etc. So it is a fixed income debt instrument. So after buying the bonds from the primary market, they can also be traded in the secondary market. So primary market means, so the government, for example, if the government is issuing the bond, when you are buying directly from the government, that is known as primary market. After buying from the government, for example, if the maturity period is 5 years, means after 2 years you are urgently in need of the money, so you can sell that bond to someone else in the open market. So that is known as secondary market. And so the bond has three major components, that is the face value, coupon rate and maturity period. Face value is known as the par value, or you can simply say it as the original value of the bond. So it is the original value of the bond. It is also known as par value. So that is the face value. Coupon rate means some interest government, suppose the government is borrowing money from you, means it pays some interest. So that interest is known as coupon rate. So in the primary market. So maturity period means how much years the government is borrowing them. So after 5 years, 5 years is the maturity period, means after 5 years the government repays back the principal amount to you. So that is the meaning. Now let's see about the bond price, coupon rate and bond yield. So what is the bond price? So bond price is the current or market price of the bond. So after buying the bond from the primary market at the face value, that is the original value, it can be traded in the secondary market. So if the face value is 10,000, means you can also trade it, sell it at a higher value or at a lower value in the secondary market. So in the secondary market, how much it is sold, so that is known as the bond price. It is the current or market price of the bond. So coupon rate is the rate of interest paid by the bond issuers on the bond's face value to the investors. So who pays at the face value the rate of interest? Directly who issued the bond, they only pay. So in the primary market, how much rate of interest? For example, in this case, the government is paying you. So government pays you some rate of interest, means so that is known as the face value. For example, face value is 10,000 and the rate of interest is 10%, means so this is known as the coupon rate. So directly in the primary market, that is known as the coupon rate. Whereas bond yield is the return on investment that the bondholder gets for lending his money on the secondary market. So after buying it from the primary market, in the secondary market, you can sell it at a higher value or a lower value. So if he buys at a lower value, means then his return on investment would be higher. So if he buys at a higher rate, means then his return on investment would be lower. So that is known as the bond yield. So bond yield means secondary market. You have to take note of it. Secondary market or open market. So coupon rate means primary market's rate of interest. So how much return you would get. So that's the fact. How much return the government is paying you. So that is known as coupon rate. So bond yield is how much return you are getting after buying it from the secondary market at a higher price or at the lower price. Suppose if you are buying at if the face value is equal to the bond price, means the current market price is equal to the bond price, means then the current market price of the bond is equal to face value of the bond, means then both the coupon rate and the bond yield would be the same. So that is the fact. I will explain it later in the video. So before that, let's see the relationship between the repo rate, bond price and the bond yield. Suppose if you might wonder if the interest rate is rising, you might have heard. So simply interest rate is rising means they are referring it to as the repo rate. If the repo rate increases, means demand for the older bonds decreases. If the repo rate increases, means demand for the older bonds decreases, and so the older bond prices decreases and the bond yield increases. So if the repo rate decreases, means then the demand for the older bond increases and the bond price increases and the bond yield decreases. So these are the two scenarios. So the repo rate is inversely proportional to the demand for the older bonds. It is inversely proportional to the bond price. It is directly proportional to the bond yield. So it is inversely proportional to the bond price and directly proportional to the bond yield. So I will explain it here. Suppose if the government needs 1 crore. So 1 crore the government needs, and the face value will depend upon the number of bonds issued. Suppose 10,000 bonds are issued means then 4 zeros cancel. So the face value would be 1000. Suppose 1 lakh bonds are issued means face value would be 100. Suppose only 1000 bonds are being issued means only 1000 bonds are being issued means the face value would be 10,000. So let's take for example government is issuing 10,000 bonds. Then the face value would be 1000. The original value of the bond is 1000 rupees. The interest rate is 5%. The coupon rate. This is the coupon rate. 5%. 50 is the coupon payment per year. Per year, the coupon payment by the government is issuing. The coupon rate is 5% on the face value. That is 50 on the 1000 rupees. 5% is 50 rupees. So this is the coupon payment per year. So then the bond yield. Bond yield means suppose the maturity period is 5 years. So after 5 years, if you fully hold the bond for 5 years means then 50 rupees you will receive each year. Then after that, after 5 years, you will be receiving along with the principal payment plus 1000. So 1250 you will receive if you fully hold the bond. But after 2 years, you're on the third year, you are urgently needing money. So you are planning it to sell to someone else in the open market. So that time, for example, if the repo rate is when the government issued the bond, then the repo rate was 4% when the government issued this bond. But after 2 years, at the third year, the repo rate is 6% now. So if any new bonds are issued by the government means it will issue at a higher rate. So it will issue at higher than this 5%. The coupon rate for the newer bonds issued will be more than 5%. It will be at 5.8% or 6.2%. Okay, so since it is higher, the demand for the older bonds reduces. Since the coupon rate is lower, demand for the older bond reduces. Since the demand for the older bond reduces, the demand for the price of the older bond also reduces. So only if you sell the older bond at a lower price, someone will be willing to give money for you. So you are selling at a lower price. For example, 950 rupees you are selling. Since the demand for the older bond is decreased due to the increase in the repo rate. So you are selling at 950 rupees. If he is buying, he is buying from you at 950 rupees, but interest paid to him will be the same 50 rupees. The government will pay him only 50 rupees. So 50 divided by 950 into 100 means then his bond yield would be 5.26 or something. This is one scenario. Suppose if the repo rate decreases, if the repo rate decreases, so after in the third year, suppose if the repo rate decreases from when the government issued the bond, the repo rate was 4%. But at the third year, the repo rate decreased to 2% means what happens? Then the newer bonds will be issued at a lower coupon rates. They will give lower coupon rates at 2.8 or something like that, 3% or 1.8%. This only the interest rate coupon rate would be for the newer bonds. So the older coupon rate is higher. So the demand for the older bonds would be higher, and so the demand for the older bond, the price of the older bond would be higher. So you can sell it at a higher rate. The older bond which you bought at 1000 rupees. So if you are selling at 10,050 means, of course, the government would pay only 50 rupees as interest. So the rate of interest would be lower. It would be 4.75 or something. So this is the bond yield. The 4.576, and in the older case, when you are selling at 950 rupees means, so the yield would be 5.26. So these are the bond yields. So as the repo rate increased, the bond yield also increased. If the repo rate reduced means the bond yields also reduced. So that is why the repo rate is directly proportional to the bond yield. But if after the repo rate increased, the demand for the older bond decreased, so the bond price also decreased. In this case, if after the repo rate got reduced, the bond price got increased since the demand for the older bond got increased. So your bond yield got also reduced. So this is the relation. So repo rate increases means demand increases, demand decreases, bond price decreases, and the bond yield increases. Repo rate decreases means demand for older bond increases, bond price increases, and the bond yield decreases. So this is the fact. So hope you got a good clarification about this. So next video would be about the operation twist, which is one of the monetary policy tools. So if you didn't know about the bond price, coupon rate, and the bond yield, you might not understand about the operation twist. That is why I brought this video. So hope you got a good clarification. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel. Also comment on my video. It would be a feedback and motivation for me. Also press the bell icon so you get notified for all my videos. Press the all button. So apart from that, if you want to learn trading from me, you can contact me from the number which I've given on the scrolling below on my video. Apart from that, if you want to open a Demat and trading account, I will given you Zerodha link and Alice Blue link on all my YouTube videos descriptions. So you can open a Demat account and start trading and investing from today onwards. So thank you guys. I'll visit you on my next video. Until then, bye bye. Take care.